recording. Now, if you can, turn your videos on, turn them on, like be here, be present with us, like we want to see your beautiful faces. Hey Alice, hey Lauren, Billy, Lucielle, Jessica, hey Hayley. So let's see, I know I said like introduce yourselves in the chat. I'm so big on keeping the chat as active as possible. Like talk to one another, talk to me, like be back and forth. Like this is a live masterclass. Like I'm not a recording. So absolutely, like talk to me like I'm right here live in front of you, because I am. So Alice said, hey everyone, I'm feeling happy to be here. Lauren said that she's excited and looking forward to a busy week ahead as well with auditions. Jess says, hey everyone, I'm based near Leeds, feeling pumped, raring to go this year. Lucy L says, happy Wednesday, hi everyone. Amazing, I'm loving it. Great. Hayley says, I'm here. Billy says, I'm excited to be here. All right, so what we're going to do in this masterclass is talk through challenges that you have faced, maybe in 2023, in the last year, maybe prior to that, maybe literally in the last few weeks, the start of 2024, and then look at how you overcome those challenges, how actually you can deal with anything that is put in front of you. That every challenge, we're going to reframe it and make sure that you're looking at challenges as an opportunity to level up, that we're not getting into like a victim mindset of things being an issue, focusing on the problem, that actually we're moving through and we're treating everything as though it's working in our favor. So I'm going to pull up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin myself and then I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see this slideshow. So it's not just my face. You don't get bored of just looking at my face. Not that my face is boring at all. But let's go. Okay. Giving it a moment. All right, cool. So as I said, fire in with absolutely any questions, any thoughts throughout this. We are going to be kickstarting. We're going to be looking at how you can overcome the rejections that you've faced, the challenges that you've faced so far in your musical theatre career, and use them to skyrocket your career and book you the lead role, because believe me, it's possible. So what we're going to be doing inside of the next probably just under an hour, we will do a Q&A at the end as well. What I want to do is take you from, I didn't book the job, I didn't get an invite to the audition, nothing's happening, things aren't working for me in my career, to, I booked the job, every audition, every audition my agent gets me, I am perfect for, I know I'm meant to, everything that I'm meant to be doing, is working. I'm meant for incredible things, and I'm so excited for what the future holds. That's what we're going to be moving forward into, which is really exciting. Hey Molly, welcome, welcome, welcome. I just realised my face is not on your screen anymore, is it? There's Lauren's beautiful face, but where's my face? I should be at the side of the screen, and I'm not quite sure why I'm not. I want to make sure that you are seeing me, because I think that's really important. Okay, let's do a little screen share again and see if I stay on the side this time. Sometimes I stay on the side, sometimes it seems to work sometimes and not other times. All right, let's see. Oh, now it looks like it's frozen for me. Molly says, hey everyone. Hey Molly. All right. Oh, still Lauren's beautiful face, but none of me. I don't quite know why that's happening. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. Okay. What about if how do I close this? Oh, do you know what? We'll leave it for that for now. It doesn't matter. You can see me. Oh, okay. Great. Alice can see me, so that's good. I just can't see myself, but that's okay. Oh, great. Awesome. Wonderful. So you can see me getting all confused right here, and I didn't need to be. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going from where I've just explained to where I just explained. So how to overcome your rejections and challenges. This is what we're going to be, this is the framework for what we're doing today. Basically in this masterclass, we are going to be looking at your rejections, your challenges, everything that you faced that could have stopped you but didn't in 2023, how to reframe them, have them working in your favour, and then also finish with how to use them to get more career success in 2024. So let's do it. Let's go. Oh, wait, I need to introduce myself. Some of you are quite, obviously, have worked with me quite a bit. In fact, you'll have to put this into the chat. If you're an OG or you've been around for like quite a while now, you've been in my world, in the leading lady community for a while, put OG in the chat. If you are new, if this is your first masterclass or you're new to working with me, then put new into the chat so that we know. Yeah, Lauren says 1 year in the world. Gemma, I love that. Fun. And Molly says brand new. Alice says newbie. Amazing. Great, great. Yeah, Lucielle says OG-ish. I love that. OG-ish. 6 months. Billy says gone so fast. My goodness me, Billy, has it been 6 months? What the hell? That has flown by. Yeah, also a year, says Jess. Wow, okay, cool. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I am, as you know, vocal and career coach for musical theatre performers. My clients are working in the West End, they're on tour, they're international, they are on cruises. I have clients all around the world, which is wild. I've been in the industry as a performer for over 13 years, and now I've been a coach for over 3, which is huge. It feels like a huge milestone, something I'm actually so incredibly proud of. I've booked 2 out of my 3 dream roles. One is coming. I just need to age up a bit more. And yeah, so my kind of story is that I went from being really like, why am I not booking the job? Like, I was going to loads of auditions, just thinking like that everything had to be such hard work. I got so involved in everything I was doing and trying to be what I thought people wanted me to be. I was, trying to fit so many different molds and label myself that I totally lost who I was. Didn't know who I really was, and that was coming across in my auditions, trying to be what I thought everyone wanted, rather than going, hang on, what does Gemma want? What do I want? Who am I? Because that's the most important thing. So I went from that feeling very lost, feeling very alone, quite isolated, focusing a lot on like, why is this not working, to believing that actually every challenge, every rejection was an opportunity for me to level up. Every single thing that happened that others or old me would look at and go, oh, I'm struggling. Actually, I was like, oh, this is a sign that I'm on the right path. Like, this is a sign that I'm heading in the right direction. This is a sign that I need to keep going. This is a sign that I'm not going to book this because I'm going to book something else. And it led me ultimately to booking one of my dream roles. So it was worth it. Definitely. And if you felt like that too, then you'll have to let me know if you are relating to any of this at any point. You're like, yeah, oh my goodness, me too, I'm there. So this is me before and this is me after. So the before, it's funny that they're both Disney orientated. I've only just noticed that now. Yeah, I love that. Lucielle says, rejection equals redirection. I love that saying. Love it, love it. I love it. So before, this was me before. It's actually a picture of me. I don't think I'm sleeping, but at this time I was like back living at home. I was in my parents' house and I was like in my mid-20s, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? I was working about 5 different muggle jobs, like literally 7 days a week. I was exhausted. I'd just come back from living in London for a while, and I had to move out because I didn't have enough money to survive. And I felt like exhausted. I felt things were just not going the way I wanted them to. And at this point, I think I was just like, am I doing the right thing? Should I be in this industry anymore? Like, am I meant for this? The after is a picture of me in one of my dream roles, being paid the most money I've been paid as a performer to do the least work I've ever done as a performer, to have the most incredible wig made up of like over 60 different types of curl, which even now that fact blows my mind. You know, to be fitted in my very own costume, to not have to walk on stage. I had it was like a tree trunk on a track that literally went on and off. I didn't even have to walk. All I had to do was go up the steps to my tree trunk and stand there. Although it wasn't so fun when the machinery stopped working and you got stuck on stage at the end of the song, but you know, it's all an experience. It's all fun. Living in the most amazing part of the world, you know, living in Hong Kong, living in Asia, like being able to travel to parts of the world that I'd always wanted to go to, and they were right on my doorstep. I had loads of time off to be able to go and do that. Just literally a transformed, completely different person. Like the person on this side to the person on this side, they're like totally different people, yet they're just not even 5 years apart. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Lauren says, love that, Lucio. Yeah. So what I want to do before we crack on into this next bit, I want you to remind you what I remembered myself in this. And that it's not the challenges that unite us. It's not the hardships that bring us together and sinking down into a black hole together into that bring us together. It's the fact that we are resilient, that we're determined, that we're still here despite any challenges that we've been through. We're still progressing, we're still moving, we're still going despite rejection. Or maybe because of the challenges, because of the rejection that we faced, we're still here. Like we're not victims in any of this, we're winners. And that's why I want this overarching message. If you remember anything, if you take anything away from this right now, it's that your resilience, your determination, the fact that you have kept going no matter what's come up in your career, no matter how hard anything in or out of your career has been, you're still here. Like that to me is like, well, you're a winner every time. So what I want you to do with that in mind, I want you to drop some challenges that you have had to face in the chat. So challenges that maybe you faced in the last year. This can be within your career. This can be within your life, because remember, we don't separate ourselves. We're not trying to play a balancing act of like normal life Gemma and performer Gemma. Like there's too many wonderful parts of me to try and balance two things. Like there's so much to you. You're one whole great big human, magical human. So anything that has affected you, any roadblocks, any challenges, any setbacks, you know, it might be that you didn't get in for a certain audition for something that you really thought you were going to get in for last time. It might be that you got cut at the very last, like just before finals, and you were like, I was so sure I was getting it this time. It might be that you found out about a show announcement that you'd had a callback for, you hadn't heard anything for, and then you saw the cast been announced. It might be something really small. It doesn't have to be massive. It might be something really small, really, really small, that, you know, you didn't get an audition for something that you kind of wanted to do. It might be that you took a song into a casting workshop. or a singing teacher or a class, and someone said to you like, no, I don't like that song, you shouldn't sing that, and you're like, but I've worked for weeks and months on this song, and then someone's gone, no, they don't like it. There's Gus. Hey Gus. Always would be a masterclass if Gus didn't show up. Yeah, so Lauren says, I've had an audition for the same company last year where one time I got to finals and the other time I didn't get a recall. It's put me down a little, but I picked myself back up. Yeah. My biggest challenge, Jessica says, last year, currently, it's getting in the room. Molly, I've only had 3 auditions in the last 2 years. It feels impossible to get in the room. Yeah, keep adding any other like challenges, anything that's coming up for you or has come up for you in the last year. Keep dropping it in there. Yeah, Billy, getting told multiple rounds, getting through multiple rounds, then being told I'm too short. Yeah. Keep throwing them in there. Anything else that's coming up for you that you're like, oh, it might be an internal thing. It might be something that you've gone to do something. I know there was a time when I showed up for an audition. This was quite a few years ago. I think I was in my early 20s, and I got up really early in the morning. I went to do this audition, and then when we went to go, we were queuing outside Pineapple, and then we went to go in, and I saw everybody warming up. I saw people. This was a dance call that I went in for when I was dancing quite a lot back then. I just finished a contract as a singer for something, and I just felt so intimidated by people in the room, got massively into my own head, and then was like, I can't do this. And I left. I paid like probably at the time £14 because trains were cheaper then, but I'd paid to get into London. I'd got up really early. I'd stood outside Pineapple in the cold, and then literally decided in the waiting room like, oh, I can't do this, and left. Another time that stands out for me that was a huge thing, that when I look back now I'm like, it's so obvious that it led to something else, was going in for Royal Caribbean for Mamma Mia, something that I'd always been called back for, I'd always got to finals for, but not booked. And I was like, this is it, this is the time. Stepped in that room, I sang one of the pieces of material that for the first round, because they knew me, they knew what they were going to be calling me in for, and they were like, thanks so much for coming to see us again, Gemma. I literally stood there, and I remember thinking like, what the, I remember feeling, and I just felt it now as I said that, feeling my stomach like drop, like my stomach turn, and I was like, what the hell, like this isn't how this goes. And I left the room and just about made it to the train station. I got on the train platform and just stood there and couldn't hold back the tears anymore. And I stood on this train platform. Got my glasses out of my bag because I was like, oh no, the tears are coming and I can't hold them back. Put my sunglasses on and literally stood there with these tears falling down. I was at Tottenham Hale Station, and just surrounded by like workers, normal people, muggles as I call them, and I'm stood there like tears rolling down my face. Got on the train like wiping my tears away, to then not even like, a couple of weeks later booking the Disney job. Like, everything at the time I didn't see it, but weeks later I was like, oh, okay, this is why that literally stopped straight away, because I meant to do this. So let's come back into the chat. I want to see where you're at. I want to see some more bits and bobs in the chat. Okay, great. So, oh, my chat's going a bit weird. There we go, that's better. Okay, where was I? Yep, okay. Hayley says, getting my agent to fight for me and believing in me is a challenge. I have the same, Billy, but for being too tall, Lauren says. Similar to Gemma, having to leave London because I couldn't afford to live there. Yeah, Molly, absolutely. Learning to accept things you have no control over, for example, my height. Yeah, Billy says. Where am I? My chat keeps moving. Yeah, Alice says the balancing act of it all. But I'm in a really great headspace now, which is lovely. Yes, I love that. Sister Act come from away. That was down to the last two for 3 times for the last 3 or 4 years. I got down to the final 2 and didn't book it. Lucille says, shook me, but my God, I am resilient and I've picked myself back up and have had incredible recalls and opportunities since. At the time, it's the worst feeling. Yeah, it is. I then changed how I saw those situations and feel no investment in them. I cut the cords finally. Yes, I think that's really, really great. Really great. I've definitely struggled with the balancing act, says Alice. Yeah. Yeah, amazing. So there's things that are always going to come up, right? This industry, it's not smooth sailing. It's never going to be smooth sailing. But how you handle it is everything. How you handle it is everything. And you are here right now, despite or because of those challenges. So I want you to be really proud of you for moving through the challenges, for overcoming the rejection, for keeping on moving forward. I mean, I could have got on that train that day and after, crying on the train platform, I could have got on the train, I could have gone home, I could have walked in at my mum and dad's house, like in the front door, and just gone, that's it, I'm done. I'm not good enough, I'm not doing this anymore. And not overcome that challenge. And I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be having the effect I have on other people's careers right now. And to me, that concept, that the fact that that could have even been a possibility, like I can't even get my brain around. Because through all of those bits of rejection, all of those challenges, you gain so much wisdom. And that is, ultimately, that's how you grow, that's how you progress. Like, can you imagine what type of performer you'd be if you didn't go to auditions? If you didn't put yourself in danger of getting rejected, like of not battling everything that you have to get through, to keep going, to actually eventually book the job. And like I've said here, most people give up, but you didn't. You didn't give up. You made it. Like, you are here right now. You got through whatever it is you got through, and anything that's coming up for you now, you will continue to get through as well. Because you've got the evidence that you already have. You've got evidence that everything you've done so far, you can face it. You can face all of it because you already have. Whether you've done it for 6 months, whether you've faced challenges and you've moved through them for 10 years, you've literally just stacked up evidence to say, yeah, but I'm in the driver's seat. There was a thing I heard earlier today. I was listening to a podcast. I think it was a podcast. Oh no, I was watching a YouTube video, listening to a YouTube video while I was driving. And the guy said on there, we should be welcoming storms when we're out at sea. Like, if you think of your career as sailing through the Atlantic Ocean, you're sailing from London to New York, or, well, not specifically from London, but Southampton, and you're sailing over to New York, or vice versa, you're going from New York to Southampton, wherever you want to go in the world, whatever ocean you want to cross in the world. If you always have plain sailing, you're never going to be equipped for when the shit does hit the fan. You're never going to become more than you already are. But when you have those rough seas, and they're the moments that you go, okay, I need to pull in the mainsail. I have no experience of sailing. I need to turn the wheel this way. Like, oh, I need my first mate to do this. Like, You see what you're really capable of when you're put in rough seas, when you got challenges ahead of you. You see what you're really made of. I love what Lucielle has said here. The industry is all about resilience, not only in yourself but in your patients, and that is key. Yeah, 100%. And Lauren says it's wild, right? Everything happens for a reason. 100 million percent. So great for this community. Lauren says helping me through, definitely. Lucielle says there's always a way through because everything will always work out. Yeah, for good, always. And that's growth. That's the key. And seeing it that way, seeing that you have two choices really in what you do when things come up for you. You can, of course, 100% be like, oh, woe is me, I'm struggling, things are really hard right now, this industry is really hard, people don't get into auditions, I don't get into auditions, I'm not booking this. But by focusing on those negative things, on the things that you're not doing, the things that you can't do, playing the victim, you are keeping yourself there. Why would you choose to be unhappy? And I know I've been told for my audition mindset in the past that I'm delusional and that I'm not realistic, because when I did get cut from around or I didn't book a job, yes, I had a moment of being like, oh, do you know what, I'm upset, I thought I was really close this time, I thought I was going to book it this time, like, oh, I'm perfect for this, I'm gutted that didn't work out. But I always then thought, oh, it's because I'm meant for something else. I had friends that, well, they're not friends anymore, I had friends that used to say to me like, but that's not true, like you just got cut from something, like are you not annoyed? I was like, no, because I'm obviously not meant to do that, I'm meant to do something else, I'm meant to book another job, I'm meant for something else right now, that wasn't for me right now. And that is also, I mean, you could call me a delusional as much as you like, but that is how I've got to where I am, and that's how I've got through 13 years. And I know, Lucielle, you've been in the industry for, a long time. I also know, Hayley, you've been in the industry for quite a long time, I think, as well. Actually, if it doesn't work out in this, something does always work out afterwards. Always, 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 always. Yeah, this or something better. 100%. Yeah, Lauren says, I give myself 5 minutes after an audition and then I move on to the next audition. Definitely. So, yeah, and I've literally just said this, but with incredible opportunities come challenges. So I think I've got a mentor that says to me, and some of you might have heard me say this before, new level, new devil. New level, new devil, she says. And that's not saying that every time you get more advanced, things are always going to be harder. You're going to have bigger stones thrown at you. You're going to experience rougher seas. But when you get to the next level in things, when you move up, when you're taking on incredible opportunities, when bigger things are coming your way, you are going to get bigger challenges. Because it is literally life saying, can you handle this? It's a little test to say like, oh, can Alice handle this? Oh, can Lauren take this right now? Is Lauren at this level? Or is Jess ready for this? Like, it's literally a test to be like, can she handle it? You overcome that challenge and they're like, yeah, the universe is like, okay, yeah, you can handle it. Here you go. Here is the next level. Is that landing for it? Is anyone like, yes, I get this, I'm with you? I'm seeing this. Let me come back to the chat. Yeah. Alice says 100%. Billy says yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Lucielle says the ego and self-sabotage pops in. It's imposter syndrome. It's BS. Yes, absolutely. Lauren says yes. It is. 100% is. But we are, as humans, we're not created to thrive. We're created to survive. Our brains are wired up to survive, not to thrive. But what we are choosing to do is thrive. You don't need musical theatre to survive. As much as you might think, like, oh, I don't. Like, you need water, you need somewhere safe to sleep, like a roof over your head. You need, clothes and warmth and something to keep you, your food. These are the things you need to survive. And this is the way from years and years back, we've been programmed back as, cavemen and women, and that's what we're wired to do, to survive. So when a challenge comes up and you're like, oh, I might be in danger here, that's why most people back away. Now, from my experience, musical theatre performers, you guys especially, because you're here right now, are a bit like me. You're a bit crazy. You're a bit like, that is a challenge. That is something that's scary and big and potentially like, I'm not going to be okay, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Because we are diving into like the thrival mode, which is just not the way your brain's wired. Which is why you are going to feel resistance against it. Why your natural instinct is going to be, oh, I'm not going to go and do that because it's bigger, it's scarier, like I'm not ready, I'm not going to risk it. When in reality, like, are you going to die from it? Probably not. Are you going to die from singing in front of those people in that workshop? No, probably not. But you'll still be scared about it because your body's going, oh, we're in a dangerous situation. We're in a dangerous situation. We have to survive. That's why you might get nervous before an audition. That's why the more you do something, the more you wire it into your brain as, oh, this is a safe environment. Auditions are safe. Auditions are fun. Singing in front of people is fine. Going into a dance school and doing my best is okay. Like, nobody needs to crumble. Gemma doesn't need to walk into a waiting room and go, oh, I can't do this, and leave because she was too scared. That was my survival mode kicking in. Going, oh no, we're in a dangerous situation, we need to leave. It's really interesting. I'm just going to come into the chat for a sec. My chat keeps moving, which is really annoying. Yeah, Jeff says definitely. Hayley says yes. Lauren says we'll be Catherine Parr but thrive and survive. Yes. Alice says sometimes I think success is choosing the sort of problems, challenges you want to solve and solving them and moving on to the next problem, a challenge. I agree. Yeah, I think that's so well put, Alice. So well put. It is. It's you going, do you know what? Yeah. And I love that, Lawrence. But am I going to die singing Disney? No. Of course you're not. Of course. I need to fix my chat. I don't know why it's going all winky wonky. We thrive. Oh, it's moved again. Hold up. Yeah, Lucia says we thrive by taking that leap, jump, getting out of our comfort zone. New doors of opportunities will open as you've made room for them. Yeah. And Hayley says, yeah, Alice, that's literal gold. Lauren, your comment just moved. Yes, yeah. I need Lucille to make a podcast. Definitely. Yeah. And there's something we talk about all the time, isn't it? Inside of, on the Singing Tribe Live, we talk about it inside of our community a lot, about how important it is to get outside of your comfort zone. Because if you stay in your comfort zone, you stay comfortable, you're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to stay in this nice, warm, cozy place, You're not building up your resilience. You're not building up that determination. You're not going, oh, actually, I can do more than I think I can. We are capable of so much. I've mentioned this once or twice before, I think, but quite a few years ago, I decided to do the 30-day plank challenge. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's see what happens. It was an app that I had on my phone at the time. And every single day, there were rest days in there as well. I didn't plank for 30 days straight. But every day, it gave you a new target that was slightly higher, slightly higher, slightly higher. But I could see when I first did the challenge, on day one, what you had to do was hold the plank for as long as felt comfortable. So once you felt uncomfortable, or you were like, oh, I need to stop now, I need to come out, then you stop the timer. And whatever that time was, it just added a bit more on each day. And then you had a few off days as well, rest days in between. I looked ahead to day 30. On day 30, so day one, my plank was 40 something seconds, I think. On day 30, it was over 5 minutes. And I was like, there is no way, not even in 30 days, that I am going to be able to hold a plank for over 5 minutes. No way. I was like, but game on, we're going to try this. So I did it, and I did this with my housemates as well at the time. There were 4 of us in the house. The first one gave up literally within 3 days. One of the other girls kept skipping days, basically was like cheating her way through it, and it wasn't like she wasn't achieving anything by doing that. She didn't finish the 30 days. The other one did the 30 days with me. Now, I'm not a quitter, and I'm not competitive at all as a person, but if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm so stubborn and self-led in that way. So I was going to do it. And I used to get through it, I used to find songs that were the right length of time. Like when I was reaching that sort of 3 minute, approaching the 4 minute mark, I had to find songs so that I could plank to a song and the song not finish and have that silence. Because for me, the music allowed me to literally just get in the song and not think about the fact that my body was shaking. I was literally quivering, I was starting to sweat. And I got to day 30, and I remember there being one day where I'd forgotten to do it, and I'd just done 3 shows, and I was in Cyprus at the time. It was absolutely boiling. It was the middle of summer, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't done the plank challenge yet. Like, it's 11:45 at night. I was like, I need to do it. And my boyfriend at the time was like, does it really matter? And I was like, do you not know me at all? He was like, okay, like, do it then. I did it. I was literally there on the floor in the bedroom, like absolutely exhausted, holding this plank for like 4 minutes and 5 seconds or something stupid. And a couple of the girls walked past and they were like, come on, Jen, like, you can do it. They were like cheering me on, being like, you've got 20 seconds left, like, hold it, keep going. And that was so helpful to get me through being so exhausted. Day 30 came and I held a plank for over 5 minutes and was literally like, I can do anything. All I'd done was hold a plank for 5 minutes. But just doing something that 30 days ago me was like, I can't do that, that's ridiculous. Same as, I'm sure for you, you might look back and be like, oh, 5 years ago me would never think, oh, I'd have booked that job. I'd be in that place. I'd be taking classes. I'd be auditioning. I'd be called into those auditions. I'd be booking those roles. But when you go, yeah, I'll accept the challenge, let's go, let's do it, and you take those steps, you overcome those challenges. I had the option, there was nobody holding me into that. Because at the end of the day, and the same for you, it's you and you. Are you backed by you? Backed by you, backed by you, Or are you, well, if no one's watching, then I'll just not do that. I'll say I did it. Like one of the girls used to do that on some of the days. The one that I said like kind of cheated. She'd be like, yeah, like I'll tick that I've done it today. How do you gain anything by pretending to do it? If you put in the work, you grow. Every time. You get out your comfort zone, you grow, and you grow fast. But also having that structure, like the plank challenge gave me. It gave me a marker for each day. That is so, so helpful. I'm coming back into the chat. Yeah. Billy says, I do this with my running. Keep going until I get through a song or a playlist. Music is a motivator for me. Yeah, definitely. Lauren says, dedication is amazing. It felt amazing, I bet. Yeah. And Lucille says, if you commit to yourself, you're achieving challenges like task goals, you increase your trust in yourself, literally, which will raise your vibration every time. Yeah. I know what you mean. Like you make your reality what it is. You actually get to choose. You get to choose. We're all in the exact same world, right? I'm going to tell another story and then I'm going to move across to the next slide. This morning I was walking Gus and I literally take Gus out down the road, just like in the morning. It's like 10-15 minutes, 20 minutes max. And then we go for a proper walk in the middle of the day because I love to go out in the middle of the day, like in the fields, walk and just have a moment with like myself and the dog and nature and whatever. That's when I get loads of like downloads and wisdom and things coming to me. And we just went for our walk this morning and I walked past a man that lives like down the road and he was like walking towards me, and as always, like I said like good morning to him and he was like, hi. He said, cold enough for you? And I was like, yeah. I was like, but it's beautiful, like blue sky and sunny. We live in the same world. We were stood at the same point down my road. He chose to highlight the fact that it's cold. Made an, because we like to be relatable. He probably expected me to be like, oh yeah, it's really cold, isn't it? I want it to warm up. But I didn't, because that's not what I thought. I didn't think, oh gosh, it's absolutely freezing. Yeah, I did think it's cold. But my initial thought was, oh my goodness, like, it's such a beautiful day today. And I couldn't wait to get out this afternoon with the dog, like, and walk through the fields. Again, just how you see the world, how you've made your world to be, and who you surround yourself with, the language you use to yourself, with other people is everything. Yeah, Alice said, I had a dance teacher that used to say, a lobster has to break its shell to grow and we are the lobsters. Yeah, I love that. It's true though, isn't it? Like if you want to go to the gym, if you want to grow your muscle, your muscle has like little tiny tears to grow. So your muscle basically has to break itself to expand, to grow, to get bigger. And that's literally what it is. You're absolutely right. I like that. It's funny. Lobster. So I want you to put it in the chat. What is your vision for your career in 2024, or for yourself? It might not even be like solely a career thing. You might be like, this is the vision I have for my career. This is the vision I have for my life. But I want you to put it into the chat. What is your vision for 2024? Put it in there. Even if you put like little things as they're coming into you, pop that into the chat. So something that I mentioned a couple of weeks ago is that for me, my vision for 2024 is to be working with clients all around the world and hosting events around the world, which we've already started. I've got something coming that I'm announcing soon for a bit closer to home. And then we've got the New York retreat happening in May, which when I was in New York last May and I had the idea, I was like, no, I can't do that. And it was literally like that part of my brain goes, can't do that. Challenge accepted. So we're doing a retreat. Like, we're literally doing a New York retreat, which is still insane. I still can't believe I'm having conversations with, like, with industry giants in New York to say, like, can you come in and do a class? Like, what is my life? So how, even if your vision, you're like, when you're typing it or you're thinking about it, you're like, oh my God, this sounds like insane. I don't know if I can do that. Like, I want you to put it in, because if you've overcome everything you have in the last year, if you can do the uncomfortable, do the things that nobody else does, then you 100% can make this vision your reality. Yeah, Alice says, career, I'm going to go out there and book jobs. Life, grab it. Oh, it's just moved. Grab it by the horns and go for it, embracing the fact that my schedule and my life will arrange itself into the higher powers. Absolutely. Yep. Molly says UK tour. Yes. Lauren says UK tour would be amazing. Lucielle, TV film actress on IMDb, can't speak. And musical in town, new house and Cavapoo puppy for hubby, and I too love. Oh, hubby and I too. Right, yeah. Hubby and I to love. Right. I didn't read that as a sentence. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm so excited. Cavapoos are so cute. Little curly Cavapoo puppy. That'd be so sweet. New house, absolutely. Yes. Do you see here how, as well though, how being, specific with what you have asked for, with what you're gonna go and get, is absolutely, like, so crucial. Jess says, book a UK tour, get more TV castings, get in the room for Cam Mac. Yes, this is happening right now. Life, sort out house stuff, travel more and have time with family and friends. Yeah, and that's 100% doable. And what I want you to do is we're gonna come on, we are gonna do another we'll do another masterclass, like a follow-up to this, like a year from now or in December this year, and literally go through this and be like, this is what we said we're going to do. And then we're going to jump back to you and you can be like, yeah, so I did that thing and I did more. Or yeah, I did that thing and now I'm going here. Billy says 2024 is for working and traveling at the same, it just moved. At the same time, cruises, I'm coming for you, and the New York Marathon. What? That's so cool. That is so cool. I love that. That's amazing. Love it. Oh, this is so exciting. Yeah. And now that you have literally seen all those challenges that you put in the chat, all the rejection that you faced, that you were like, can I keep going? And you're still here. I hope you can see how completely 100% possible, how possible it is and how real this is actually going to happen. Because if you're like me, I am that person that if I say I'm going to do something, I will do it. I will do it, and that is the minimum. Most of the time, I'll go beyond. Or if it's something really crazy, really big, then if I don't achieve it, I don't fall far below it. I just need a bit more time to get there. And that's fine. There's that saying, isn't there, that, you know, you can only go as far as the vision you cast for yourself. I think that's, I don't know if that's a quote from the Bible or something, I'm not sure. One of my mentors is really big on God and yeah, on the Bible. And I'm sure I've heard that from her. I'm not, but yeah, what's the quote she says all the time? Where there is no vision, the people perish. And and I literally felt this when we were in the pandemic, and I was like, I have no purpose. Like, I'm not performing. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like, as soon as you don't have a vision, you don't have a purpose, you're lost. You're in the dark. I was literally felt like I was wandering in the nothing, just in the dark, in the black, in the nothingness. I was like, what is going on? Like, where am I? Who am I? But if you have a vision for yourself, it's like that shining light you can head towards. You can be like, I'm there, I'm going. Like, this is it. Let's do this. Yeah, Lauren says, I'm a believer and a hard worker. Yeah, you absolutely are. So what next? What is your next step? What can you do from here? Where are you going to go from here? In fact, before I, move on, how are you guys feeling? I want you to put it in the chat. Like, how are you feeling? What are you thinking right now? Yeah, Lucy L says, dream big because you can. We are all abundant AF. We can have it all. Dim the doubt, 100%. Doubt who? This is why it's important who you surround yourself with. Because if we just sat on this and just moaned and just focused on what we're not achieving, what's not happening right now, but instead what we did was we went, yeah, do you know what? This shit has happened to me. I have had to go through these hard things. But do you know what? I got through them. And now I'm dreaming bigger. Now I'm going to achieve those things, because if I can do the hard, I can do anything. If I can keep moving when times are tough, when I'm busy. I know I've said this to you before, Jessica, like about, if you can do all of the things when you're busy, then how damn easy is that when you're not? If you can find the money to pay for that thing that you want to do when the money's not there, like, imagine what you can do when you've got the money. If you don't have the time, you're like, oh, I'm too busy to do that, I'm too busy to do this. Well, what are you assuming, that when you're in the future, when you're not busy, you'll have time to do it? But then what about when you are busy? Oh, when I'm busy, I'm not going to be able to do that. What you're basically saying, if you can't fit it into your schedule now, or make time for it, prioritize it now, what, that you're never going to be busy again? Like, of course you are. But if you can do it when you're busy, you can do it whenever. If you can do it when times are hard, when times are busy, you can do it anytime. Imagine how easy it is when things are easy. Yeah, I feel my dreams aren't as unreachable as I make them to be. I'm going to get that cruise contract leading lady role. Snap, Lauren, says Billy, feeling like it's in reach if I continue to work and put myself out there. Molly says, feeling excited. Nothing is impossible and everything is possible. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Because as well, who decided that it's impossible? Because I'm pretty sure the Wright brothers that built the first plane had so many people say to them, oh, that's impossible, you can't put an object flying in the sky with people on it, that's the most ridiculous thing. How many people told them they were delusional? Well, look at us now. How many times a year do you get on a plane and go somewhere and think nothing of the fact that you're in a tin can in the sky? Like, If that's not magic, like, I don't know what is. Like, tell me now how it's not possible for you to book the job that you want. Because if there's somebody doing it, that means you can do it. If there isn't somebody doing it, go be the first. Go pioneer the way. Go show everybody else that this is possible. Lucielle says, feeling good, loving this session. Had a fab session with sensational students from Paris who smashed their wicked workshop with me at Pineapple. I loved that. The feedback was so positive. Then I got a recall from a dream job that I forgot about before Christmas. I felt like poop this morning. Now I'm buzzing. I love that. Yeah, and exactly, Lucielle, exactly what we were saying earlier. Fear, our fear, our ego, it just wants us to survive, not thrive. But we're not put on this planet to just survive. I can't think of anything worse than ending my time on Earth going, oh, I wish I'd done more. I honestly can't think of anything worse. But I know I'm not that sort of person. I know that I will literally pass on to the next life and be like, mate, I did so much that you would not believe the shit that I've achieved in my lifetime. Because you're only here once. Like, you go round once. You get to live your life once. And once time has gone, and this is what I say this all the time, like, you can earn more money. You can't earn more time. Time is the most valuable thing you have. The most valuable thing you have. So spend your time wisely. When you decide, I'm going to do this, go and do it, because that is time well spent every time. Yeah, Lucielle says, we're magical. We really are. Like, we really are. Don't even get me started on the human body. All right, so what next? Do you want me to share with you what your next step, an option for your next step could be to take this to the next level, to keep you moving, to keep you growing, to keep you thriving? That is literally, I think, the overarching message of this. Survive, not thrive. How to keep overcoming any challenge. Literally welcome challenges. I now look forward and I go, oh, bring on, come on world, come on universe, give me something harder. Like, give me the next challenge, because I'm ready to grow. I'm ready for that up level. Put a yes in the chat if you're like, yes, I'm ready to hear what my next step is. Like, guide me, move me forward, let's go. Put it in the chat if you're like, yeah, I'm ready, go, do it. Yes, I'm ready for wisdom, yes. Well, some of you are already inside of this, but the next step for you, if you're like, I need to be in a world where this is what I'm tapped into all the time. And if you're in the Get Booked membership, put I'm in the chat, because I know some of you are like, I'm in the membership. The membership is one of my favourite spaces. Yeah, Jess says I'm in, Billy says I'm in, yeah, Molly says I'm in, Lauren says I'm in, yeah. This is the space where we literally do this on the daily. Every single week, every single day, every single month, it's like, okay, what's next? Where do I go to next? How do I grow there next? Where are we going from here? The Get Booked membership is literally one of my favourite things that I run, that I birthed, and it's based on the fact, well, not based on the fact, but based on you having a support network and a celebration network. It is all about community. It is all about you being handed the tools to get to the next level. That's what this space is. I adore it. I can't even find the words, because I'm like so obsessed with our membership. Lauren, you've been in, I think, from the start as well, haven't you? Jess, I think you've been in for, you're an OG, which is crazy exciting. Um, so inside of the membership, obviously, as it says here, you learn the steps, the next steps you need to be taken for your musical theatre career. That is the simple version of it. We also have the most insane community. We also get priority, like over everything. Yeah, Lauren says it's a great support environment. It's lush. Lush, I love that word. I've been in the membership for a week, says Billy, and honestly don't know what I'd do without it now. The support is unmatched. Like, it literally is. I'm going to put the link in there now if you want to sign up to the membership. Get in. For today only, like for the next 24 hours, so until Friday, what's the time now? Friday at 6 p.m. GMT, because I know we've got some Americans in the community as well now. I am adding a 30-minute one-to-one call if you sign up in the next 24 hours. So the Get Booked membership is $39.99 a month. This month inside of the membership, so every month we have a focus, we have a training. This month we are going to be doing a 3-day level up, which I'm very excited for. This is happening from next Monday, so you want to get inside ASAP to be ready for that. In the 3-day level up, you are going to get a daily masterclass on Zoom, and I will be inside of our members chat on Voxer. Voxer is a very, very similar to WhatsApp, but for coaching, for community. So right now it's a space where I welcome people in, I add, leading ladies into the chat, but it's not a chat that I'm active in. In those 3 days, it is going to be an open chat for you to receive coaching from me. So you can ask any questions, you can be coached through anything that's coming up in your career with your auditions, whether it's preparing for an audition, preparing for a self-tape, whatever it is, for 3 whole days. On top of that, next month, we have, in February, we are going to be doing a rep challenge. The reason for this is that I'm seeing so many shows asking for this specific material, sending you the material, and then you're like, I've got to learn that in like 3 days and get it to the right standards. So what we're going to be doing inside of the membership in February is making sure that you're ready for those last minute, like, learn this situations, so that you are there, you're like, boom, yes, done. Yeah, I love this. Just coming back into the chat. I can't wait for the rep challenge, says Lauren. Yes, yes, yes. So to give you an idea of the membership costs $39.99 a month. That includes your members group chat, where the community, as Billy said, they're like, it is literally unmatched. Like, they're the biggest supporters of one another. If there's auditions coming up, they'll literally be like, I'm going to this audition, who's coming? If you're taking classes, they meet each other. Like, it's such a wonderful space. Support, celebrate, like, they're the 2 key parts of the group chat. And then we have all of the previous trainings inside. So everything that we've done in the last year is literally there in a playlist for you to do. So you could binge that, and all you've done is pay $39.99. Like, and there's thousands of pounds worth of value inside of just those previous trainings. You also get your monthly training or topics. So like I said, this month is a 3-day level up, which is insane. Like, the value of this 3-day level up is way over £500, which is crazy. You're paying $39.99. You also, if you sign up in the next 24 hours, get your one-to-one with me as well, which we can schedule for this month. And you get the audition warm-up course, which is inside of the members hub. So you have a whole hub that contains everything. The audition warm-up course is a warm-up for you to use to prep your voice before singing, singing practice, mainly singing auditions and singing performances. And it's literally a 20-minute warm-up for you to be like, bam, 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 bam. Voice is ready, voce on point, let's go in, let's nail this audition. That you can literally, you've got unlimited access to that, so you could use it every single day if you want to, and there's a couple of members that do use it literally all the time as well. And you get priority booking. for anything that's got limited spaces. So things like the casting director series, which sells out like literally so quickly. You get priority booking to it. So it is the most amazing space. If you've got any questions about it, drop it in the chat. What I want to do now is open up into a Q&A. I'm going to come back to you. Oh, that's a nice blank page. I'm going to come back to you. She says. And I want to answer any questions you have got right now. Anything that's coming up for you after we've done this session. Oh, look at my rosy cheeks because I got so passionate I've been waving my arms around. Billy says, I need this so badly. I can't wait for the rep challenge. Yes. Any questions about anything, drop it into the chat right now and I will answer. We'll stay in here for another just under 10 minutes. Anything coming up, or how are you feeling? Like, how are you feeling now? What's going on? How are you doing? I feel like I needed this. Like my soul needed this. I was thinking about that the other day as well, actually. Like, because for me, like setting my soul on fire is doing stuff that I really love doing. But I realised what sets my soul on fire even more is doing things that are hard and overcoming them, like getting myself out of my comfort zone and proving that I can do way more than I think I can. That sets my soul on fire even more. I emailed a company last week about rock climbing because I was like, oh, that looks cool. Like I'm such an adventurer, like such an adventurer person. And I was like, oh, what can I do that's like really challenging physically and like that I've never done before? And I found this like woman's only like Wednesday rock climbing group, and I've emailed them to be like, can I come? Like, can I join? Like, I've no idea what I'm doing. Do you need to like have some sort of like knowledge of rock climbing, or can you be a complete beginner? Like, I don't even know how to put a harness on. Like, that much of a beginner. Which I'm really excited. They haven't responded yet. I'll have to chase that up. But I'm really excited to do something crazy and fun. Yeah, Alice says, thanks for that, Gemma, really inspiring. Lauren says, casting director series I'm excited for. Can I take audition material to them and ask their opinion? Yeah, in the workshops, absolutely, yes. Ask their opinion on things. That space is for you to be guided and learn from their wisdom and their knowledge and their opinions as well. So I would, yeah, absolutely ask away, because that's the space to do that, to ask questions and experiment with different things, rather than going into an audition and being like, which song should I sing? Like, if you ask in a workshop, that's absolutely fine. Wouldn't recommend asking in an audition. Great. Billy says, I've got 4 auditions next week. Whoa, they've all come along at once. Yeah, they're like buses, aren't they, auditions, I think. But feel ready and inspired after this. Kicking off 2024 strong, absolutely. Fat mood, Billy. All the opens are amazing. Fat mood, what's that mean? Oh, that's good. Did you meant to write that's good? Oh, wow.
So correct.
That's so funny. Fat mood. Lol, there's a little in joke. Well, this has been, this has been very fun. I've loved this. Amazing. Well, if you guys are like feeling good, if you're like ready to go, ready to fly, I'm gonna let you guys crack on with your evening or afternoon or wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. And I will obviously see a lot of you inside the membership. I know some of you guys I see on the Singing Tribe Live. I'm announcing something big as well on Monday, so make sure that you are there. Yeah, and if you found this useful, watch the replay, do it again, send it to a friend, post it on your Instagram, or whatever you want to do. If you're like, I've got to share this message, like this was so useful. So yeah, go have the best rest of your day, rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.